Hey everybody, not going to be a quick live stream, but you know the outcome. The Golden State Warriors, the defending NBA champions, lost to the Toronto Raptors, the Eastern Conference champions, 118 to 109 in what was said to be the loudest, craziest, wildest crowd response for an NBA Finals Game 1 that the people who cover these things on the premises, on site, there on the scene, have ever witnessed. And so, with all that, you have to consider it impressive for the 9 days off Warriors to come up and perform as they did when basically the whole of not just a arena, not just a city, not just a province, but a whole freaking nation is against them. Because this is the first time the NBA Finals has ever been played on foreign soil. So you would think that, yeah, there would be all these people talking about how they expect the Warriors to lose and how they want the Raptors to win, and then of course singing a different national anthem than the one the Warriors are used to, which in and of itself had to be a bit of a shock, right? Okay, the Warriors managed to shake all that off and still lose by just 9 points. And numerous times in the game, take the lead, only to lose it, unfortunately, to a very great Raptors defense. You have to give it to them. The Raptors really brought it defensively. The question is, can they do it another game? I'm not going to predict. I'm only going to say that the Warriors have gotten the thrust of the brunt of the excitement and the anger against them and all this stuff out of the way. They should be used to the environment by now. They've got not one day, but they've got, really, if you think about it, they have Friday and Saturday before they play again. They don't have to get on a plane, just go right back into that arena and tee it up again. That's all they've got to do. So, but what about this whole thing with the crowd and then Drake? Drake taunting people and acting, or as Shaquille O'Neal would put it, shacking a fool, showing his butt, running his mouth, getting people in people's face like Draymond and everything. Steph Curry thinks it's funny. Klay Thompson says he was in kill mode, but I think that it got to the Warriors. How much should a fan be allowed to get that involved, you ask? I'll tell you. The answer is very simple. Not that much. There was a friend of mine who had NBA Golden State Warriors courtside seats for about 2 years. And Mark Anthony Jones and his friend Sean, who ran the NAACP of Oakland, and they both had these, they were fast friends, great friends, and they were Warriors courtside seat Warriors. In other words, they made it their jobs. They made it their jobs to taunt the opponent. I mean, something nasty. Like they said, remember the once they said to, I think it was Vince Carter, "Hey Vince, are you putting lotion on your legs? Man, they look ashy." I mean, just really deeply personal stuff. Okay, and I mean, really deeply personal stuff. Now, it was funny at first, but but what was called the Warriors Brothers Corner. This goes back to 2001. I mean, it got so bad. I mean, it got so bad that people started complaining about them, and they were complaining about Mark. In fact, here's a photograph of Mark Anthony Jones in his heyday. Okay, and this was written by and full disclosure, although I don't think it's really all that necessary for this case, but Mark Anthony Jones was one of the first investors in my sports business simulations company, and the man he's sitting next to is right here, is his friend, longtime friend, and my friend too, Shannon Reeves, who was the head of the Oakland NAACP, and they had courtside seats. And they, as you can see, would use their courtside seats to basically give hell to Warriors opponents. Like, I mean, on a par that was legendary. So much so that not only were they written up locally, but also nationally, were featured in ESPN the magazine. And I think just about after that, the Warriors said, you know, you gotta kill that. We can't. We're getting too many complaints. So that ended the Warriors Brothers Corner, as it was called in 2001. The Warriors have never had courtside protectors, courtside managers, courtside taunters since then. So Drake, but against the Warriors, Drake is on the level of Mark Anthony Jones, with one added, if you want to call it plus from the Raptors' point of view, so be it. He is a celebrity. And so he is using not just his celebrity status, but also the classic trash talking courtside that has been established by people long before him to get under the Warriors' skin. It's an extra advantage for the Toronto Raptors that I argue should not be. And if Drake wants to sit courtside, he should abide by rules of not impacting a game in that way and sit down and just simply, I don't want to say shut up, I said that before, it's a little harsh, but because I was upset at the outcome, okay? But it wasn't the right thing to say. But, you know, tone it down. Be cool. Don't be a factor in the game. If he wants to play, if he wants to suit up, talk to the Raptors. Maybe they'll let him. But, I doubt it. But it wasn't a cool thing to do, okay? It just was not. So, here's something else to consider as we talk about the Warriors and they're shaking off the cobwebs and coming back. Boogie Cousins was in. He was effective while he was in. Unfortunately, Kevin Durant is expected to miss the first 2 games. It would, however, be nice if the Warriors announced Kevin Durant will be playing on Sunday. That would change the Raptors' game plan significantly and tilt the game, I think, more to the Warriors' favor, make them less predictable. But having said that, also, this Warrior team did something I didn't expect them to do. They were trying to go inside a lot more than I thought they were going to, as opposed to the outside 3 focused offense I thought that they were going to present, strength in numbers. They didn't do that. And they also spent an inordinate amount of time trying to pass the ball around to create a shot, taking too much time off the clock when they needed to sustain that time, get a quick shot off. If you don't make it, you get the rebound, use your defense to stop the opponent, get the ball back. They could have done all that in, 4 or 5 seconds, but there were a number of stretches where they spent up to 4 and 5 seconds moving the ball around, only to shoot and come away with nothing. So it was a disappointing outcome. Sunday's going to be quite interesting, but Drake needs to, I think the NBA needs to do something about Drake. All right, I'll see you all. And tomorrow, I'll be flying. I'm covering the California Democratic Convention over the weekend, so I'll be making a number of live streams and interviews from there in San Francisco at Moscone Center, as well as the standard vlogs, the standard night video live streams. Tuesday, I'll be at Luca's at 7:30 in the evening. I'm hosting a kind of an impromptu gathering. We're going to do a show, but it's also invited a bunch of people that I know. And the whole point is just to, really for me to just celebrate the fact that I'm back for a week in Oakland, checking on my apartment, and using this opportunity to get people together and talk about Oakland on this show, on this medium, but at Luca's Tap Room, 2221 Broadway, corner of Broadway and Grand Avenue, Uptown Oakland. Hopefully, I'll see you there if you're around.